Welcome to the SoberQ Podcast.
Hi friends, I'm Deidre and I'm an alcoholic. Today I've been asked to answer the question, how do I know I'm an alcoholic? Well, for a really long time I didn't know what was wrong. I just knew that I was very unhappy, full of fear, very resentful, a very sad and lost person. So I came to my first meeting full of fear, and I remember looking at the banners on the wall, and I remember reading that first step. We admitted we were powerless over alcohol and that our lives were unmanageable. I couldn't really relate to what that was saying. I mean, intellectually I could understand the words, but I really personally had no connection to it. So I just kept coming to meetings and I kept listening, and it was suggested to me to listen for the similarities and not the differences, and so that's what I did. And then a bit of time went past and I eventually got a sponsor, and she lovingly and patiently took me through the big book of Alcoholics Anonymous. And page by page and paragraph by paragraph, she would talk to me about the disease. It tells us that we don't have a disease, and she would go through the doctor's opinion, and it would talk about an allergy to alcohol and a phenomenon of craving. And I'd never heard those terms before, but I really related when it was talking about the allergy, and she described to me that if we have an allergy to a strawberry, then we would stop eating a strawberry, but it's a bit harder for alcoholics because it's also coupled with that phenomenon of craving that once we start, we can't stop. And she asked me to look for examples in my drinking, and I really struggled because I always used to compare my drinking with other people's. But after a time, I could draw on some stories from my own drinking and look at how I obsessed about alcohol. That's all I would think about, how I could get a drink into my day. And then once I start that, I couldn't stop, and there were multiple occasions where that would happen. And then over the years, I just kept going through the work and listening to the similarities and listening to more people share about their alcoholism. And once I could start to relate to theirs, I had a step one experience and I could see my unmanageability, and I really related to that first step, the powerlessness and the unmanageability of my life. And that's how I know that I'm an alcoholic, because I have a phenomenon of craving and an allergic reaction, and I am completely powerless when it comes to alcohol. I can't control my actions. I can't guarantee what's going to happen. I can't guarantee where I'll end up. I can't guarantee what I'll say to people. I become a totally different person, and the more and more that I hung around in the rooms and I could start to identify, and the more step work that I did, I knew that I was an alcoholic, and I knew that I was in the right place. So if you're new and near new, I'd recommend that you ask lots and lots of questions. If you're worried or concerned, there's lots of people that will help you. That's all I did. I just admitted I was really desperate for help, and I admitted that I didn't know what was going on and that I was scared. So just put your hand up and ask for help and have a chat about what's going on for you. Lots of people will be around to answer all of your questions. So thank you very much, and I hope that was helpful.
If you would like to share your experience on a recovery question, visit the SoberQ Podcast website at soberq.com. Thanks for listening.